welcome back to Dynamic Entry, here with another video, this time a suggestion from our good friend Honey Tokens, who you may know from our logo, because she made it. She asked us what our dream and nightmare blunt rotations would be from anime characters, and I gotta tell you, it is a very, very strange and difficult question to answer, but we here at the cast think we have an idea, so here's our dream and nightmare blunt rotations. So I gotta tell you, in all of anime, there's one person I've always wanted to kick it with, just because I feel this individual is very chill, very zen, you know what I'm talking about? Someone you want to hang out with, and that is Shinsui Kyoraku, the captain from Bleach, with the swaggy pink cloak and the nice, cool fucking, like, the hay hat. I forget what they're actually called, but I mean, he's easily one of the most relaxed, well-spoken, well-educated, cool people that you can meet in the Soul Society. And unlike a lot of the other bastards like Byakuya or Kenpachi, he won't try to kill you right away. In fact, in his fight with Chad, the first thing he did was sit down and say, dude, let's just hang out, man. We don't gotta do all this conflict. I don't want you blowing up my sweet, beautiful shoji houses. Let's just hang out. Let's have a drink. Let's be friends. So I think he'd be a great first pick for the dream blunt rotation.
All right, so my dream blunt rotation here. Little disclosure: I don't smoke. I'm sorry. I know. It's legal now, right? I don't, but all my friends do. So I know all about the rotation circle and who ruins it and who makes it better. So I guess for my first one, it's going to be Uncle Iroh. Who else would you want to share a blunt with? This is like your OG, like, we're gonna sit in the front yard and just chill. It's not gonna be a whole, it's not gonna be like 5 people rotating. It's just be you and him, just talking about life. He's gonna give you the best advice. And he's gonna take just 2 hits maybe. You're gonna be like, damn, this shit's hitting. He's gonna be like, you're fine, get up. Go through with your life, do this, whatever, blah, blah, blah. He's gonna give you the best of life advice. He's probably gonna smoke you under the table without even trying. He is the dragon, right? I mean, come on now. So I think that he would be the best one. Not to mention, you don't need a lighter when you're around him. You can just and then you're good to go. He's great. So he's probably like the number 1 choice if, you see this list anywhere else. If he's not on the list of anyone else's list, then the list is not valid, okay? Uncle Iroh, dream blunt rotation, number 1 candidate.
All right, number 2 in my dream rotation. Don't freak out. It's a little weird. Maybe this type of individual shouldn't be doing this given his profession, but I think Hawks would be a great person to have on the blunt rotation. You know why? He's a hero. All right, he's probably got great fucking stories. He's seen it all. He can give you advice on how to not be a menace to society. You know what I mean? He's an all-around cool guy. And I feel like if I was like chilling and somebody walked by and like, oh shit, there's professional henchmen and Hawks, what do they do? And they just saw the smoke, they'd be like, those are a couple cool guys. You know what I mean? I feel like he would elevate my cool factor because I'm sitting at like a 6 out of 10. You know what I mean? Like, I'm okay, like, at first glance, but then after that, I'm not as cool as everybody around me. So with Hawks, he can elevate my game, like the ugly cheerleader effect, you know what I mean? Except I'm not the ugly cheerleader. I don't care what anyone says. It's not me. I'm definitely not the problem here.
Okay, number 2 is going to be someone who's kind of new in the anime world. Literally, their show's only like 3 episodes in, but it has a manga already. And so, for me, when I'm in a car, I just like to drive and listen to music. I don't want anybody to talk to me. So if you're talking to me and ruin the vibe, I get pissed off instantly. So we need someone who's going to just not ruin the vibe. We're going to play some music and we're just going to pass back and forth. And you know who that person's going to be? Comey. From Comey Can't Communicate. She don't talk. She literally cannot talk. Her whole thing is she can't communicate. She can write shit down, but she can't talk. So that's the whole thing. Me and her can sit there. We're going to vibe out to some music. She's not going to ruin the moment. I'm not going to ruin the moment. The most she'll do is probably write down like, hey, pass that shit. And I'm like, all right, I got you. And that's it. She's going to be the ultimate vibe partner. Comey, number 2 for a reason, because she can just sit there and chill. A lot of people can't do that, but she can.
Now let me tell you some real shit real quick. All right? Understand this. The realest motherfucker in all of anime is my number 3 in the dream rotation. And that is Yujiro Honma. The strongest creature on Earth. They don't even consider him a man. He's above that. You know why he's the dopest? We're both really big Muhammad Ali fans. All right, he expresses how much he respects and loves Muhammad Ali for his work and for the fact that he wouldn't go into war to fight people he didn't believe in punishing. I like that a lot, honestly. And a lot of people are intimidated by Yujiro. You see them always like seeing his aura and freaking out and like giving him space and staying away from him. And I get it. He's a killer. He's a shooter. He does that. But Yujiro's the homie. I respect him, and I know he's stronger than me, and that's the way life is, but we hit the blunt, and talk about Muhammad Ali, and it should be cool. You know, who's gonna fuck with me when Yujiro Honma's got my back? You know what I'm saying? Number 3.
All right, so for my last pick, it's gonna be someone who could help me understand what I'm smoking, more or less on a higher level, but just like letting me know, like, hey, this is good because it has this component to it. This is gonna get you this kind of high. It's gonna get you this whatever. It's gonna be Senku from Dr. Stone, okay? He is gonna be the number 3 in my blood rotation because he's gonna be the most informative, okay? Since I don't smoke, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. He's gonna be like, hey, let me tell you, you don't wanna smoke that one. That's Reggie, that shit sucks. I'll smoke this over here, this is gas, and you don't want this because it's gonna give you a body high, and it's gonna also give you a mental high. And I'm like, thanks. Yeah, it's amazing. I'm like, thank you. And then I'll be like, I unlocked weed. And he'll be like, yes, you did. So Senku is a fantastic companion to have, I think, in the rotation. Not to mention, he can just enlighten you on other shit too. If you're just like, hey, we're looking at the stars right now. What constellation is that? He's gonna be like, actually, it's gonna do this. This is the constellation because da 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 da. And you're gonna be so informed with Senku. You're gonna have the most like enlightened high ever because of him. So he is number 3 in my rotation. He's a good guy.
The spooky season may be over, but nightmares persist, my friend. And number 1 on my nightmare list is number 3 on my dream list. It's still Yujiro Honma because he is the strongest creature on Earth. The first time you see him animated in Baki, his legs are perfectly split and he's smoking, just like what we're talking about now. And then he like spits the cigarette out and then does like the fastest somersault you've ever seen, kicks the cigarette in half. And nah, man, like you have to understand, right? They ain't shown this, so I'm gonna do a little spoiler here, but Yujiro gets in a fight, more of an argument with his dad, and they're trying to decide who's the strongest. So these bastards went to the Battle of Midway during World War II and just fucked shit up. Just murdered everyone. The whole reason they dropped the bomb there in the Baki universe was a cover-up because they couldn't let people know that 2 people were throwing other human beings into each other and like blowing up tanks and shit because they're that overpowered. Yujiro Honma could take a puff of the blunt, look at me, blow the smoke at me, and I'd just be gone. So, yeah, nightmares.
All right, so nightmare rotation, leading off the list, is going to be Frieza. Why? He's a racist. That's about it, really. He's gonna be the whole time we're smoking, he's gonna be like, I didn't like because, and I'm not gonna say it because it's racist, but he's gonna be saying some racist shit, and I'm gonna be like, why are you here? You're ruining this entire thing. And he's short, so he's gonna be like complaining the whole time about being short, and I'm gonna have to like pass it down every time. We're like, it's weird. Plus, he has like a tail, and that's gonna be weird because you know he's gonna try to grab it with his tail and like smoke, and then pass it back with his tail. I don't like that. So Frieza's number 1 on my nightmare rotation, mainly because he's just a racist.
Now, if you're a longtime fan of the show, you're not surprised by a lot of the names you've heard on this list, and you're not going to be surprised by my number 2 nightmare pick. But I don't care. It's our show. My number 2 is the little slugger from Paranoia Agent, because he's a child killer who murders people by bashing the backs of their skulls in. If he's real, he might not be. You could be hallucinating. I still don't know the answers to that show, and that's why it's a nightmare. I don't even know if he's actually here.
All right, number 2, somebody who's gonna ruin the vibe. We talked about it earlier, how people who talk during music and stuff like that when I'm driving, it ruins my vibe. This person will ruin a vibe because he's just, you know, people who are just so serious all the time, and you're like, just chill out. Like, it doesn't, everything, like, people who are always, I mean, a lot of shit, okay. People who are always woke, and you're like, okay, just take a nap a little bit. You don't have to be so woke. That person would be Jaeger. That's right, the fucking TikTok man himself. He would ruin everything because he would just be so sad and just talk about like his people and the plight of the Titans, and you're just like, I'm just trying to feel good or something, and you're over here ruining everything. And that's why I don't want him in my rotation. He'd be nightmare rotation because he would just constantly be telling you things that you're not trying to hear in the moment. You're trying to, you know, get away from all that, and he's just reminding you of it, and it's like, dude, just stop. Not to mention, like, if he like gets pissed off, he's gonna just get all big and spill all the fucking shit, you know?
I'm gonna be real with y'all. Number 3 is the best and worst of all of them on the nightmare rotation, and that is Kubara from Yu Yu Hakusho. Because he's like the little cousin that you got to take to the function, except he's always trying to fight the big homies and prove that he's hard when he doesn't need to, right? So I just imagine I'm trying to sit there, I'm sweating bullets with Yujiro because I said something and he's like, that's not how the Sugar Ray fight went. So I'm trying to like back myself up. Then Kubara's like, you know, and then he's going to start some shit with Yujiro, and then I got to call the fucking ambulance and explain why little Slugger, who may not be there, is smoking with us as a child. It's a whole fucking thing. But Kubara, he does too much. I wouldn't say he does the most, because the most would be good. Like smoking with Yusuke would be cool. You like train, you hang out, you know, you go after you kick it. Kubara, he's not bringing any money. He's not pitching in. We had to go pick his ass up first. He didn't get food. He didn't pick up no snacks. We're not going to his crib to go do anything. We got to go to my crib to do all this. So it's just, he's too much of a hassle, bro. We just leave him at home and tell him that, I don't know, I got sick or something. I couldn't come out tonight.
All right, so my last one is kind of going with Chris's last one. It's kind of the same realm. It's just like loud noises, and you're like, just take it down a notch. Really, like it's not that serious. So it's gonna be Inosuke from Demon Slayer, because he's just so loud. Although maybe smoking out of his mask would be kind of cool. We could rig it in such a way that it would just be like a gas mask kind of thing. But then he would get pissed about, give me my fucking mask. And you're like, just shut it down. So that's why. And plus, you know, his sword is all like jagged, so he probably want to get the blunt and be like, oh, I don't want this whole thing to be like someone like, and he would ruin it further than what it is. And it's like, what are you doing? Who invited you? Put a shirt on. Your mask smells really bad still, and he ruins everything. And I'm allergic to animals, and I feel like that mask would also give me some kind of allergies, and I don't need that. It's gonna be a bad time. So Inosuke, number 3. Don't watch you at the blunt rotation. Sorry. All right, so that's our dream scenarios, our dream/nightmare rotations of the blunt, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you liked our choices. As always, you can let us know down below what your choices are, you know, some of your dream and nightmare rotations at your little kickback that you're having and who you wouldn't want to be there. We appreciate you for watching, so go ahead and subscribe if you'd like. Also, we have a podcast. It's not currently updated, but we're getting back to it. Don't worry, we'll get there. You can subscribe. All the information is down below. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, all that fun stuff. And yeah, see you guys in the next one. Go ahead and spark one up or whatever you kids do these days.